the Cavalier Corner, a show in which we'll be discussing all kinds of fun topics related to student life. My name is Juliana,
I'm Camille.
And I'm Karly.
and today we'll be revisiting an old topic, one of our first conversations that we've had on here, our ambassador recommendations with Camille and Karly.
Woohoo! All right. So should I start it off?
Sure.
So the first question is, what would you say is your favorite movie? I want to answer first. I would say my favorite movie is Love and Basketball. It is such one of those little romantic movie that I loved it. Even though over the years I've watched more, better movies per se, but that's always been my go-to movie. Karly, you look like you're thinking deep and hard about this.
I am.
I guess that's why Love and Basketball is my favorite one, because I can just say it on top of my head and not really go back through all the movies I've watched and try to think of one.
Well, I'm trying to think of one. I can't remember what I've said the first time.
I think I have a tie. Like a three-way tie, because I can't choose between all three of them because I love them all so much.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay, so it's Crazy Rich Asians is one
Ooh.
of them. I
I
love
got
it.
my
And
wedding
I've always,
song for that.
right? And I want to
Go down
Singapore.
that oil too.
So, Remember the Titans, because it's such a beautiful movie.
I don't think I watched that.
It's a football movie about set in, I don't remember what year it was, but it's during like the 50s where segregation was a thing, but then they have them all play football together.
Yes.
Yeah. Denzel.
Yeah, I watched that. Mm-hmm.
Love that movie. But yeah, it was because it's not just about football, but it's about like the issues with the issues going on and like all the segregation that was happening during that time. So it was more than just a sports movie, but I love sports. So. And then my other one is a recent one. It's The Devil All the Time on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen that.
It was really good.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Wow.
Nice.
That it stars Tom Holland, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
yes.
and he's
Hey,
my
guys.
man. He's the
You
love
guys
of
just
life.
got four new movies to watch. Okay, what about you, Juliana?
Oof. Okay, so I don't know. Well, as I said, I can't remember what I said the first time, but oof. Okay, it probably have to be one of like the first like childhood movies that I ever watched, which was actually Cinderella. Like
Oh my God.
the first edition of Disney original cartoon. Because I don't know, it was like one of the first movies that I watched as a kid, and I'm just gonna go with that for now because first of all, I can't think of others, and my mind is blank. And second of all, it was just like an amazing movie. Like I remember the feeling of watching it the first
Watching
time.
it.
Amazing.
I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna go search up a movie that I really loved. It was very inspirational. Is it Buttercup? It's not, but it's a movie about a racehorse, and the racehorse was What's his name?
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit. Yes.
Okay.
I watched that movie. It was not in my intention. I was just in a location, like, when you're stuck somewhere and then that's not forced, but then the movie's going on and you sat and watched it. And at the end of the movie, I was just so moved. It was just so inspirational. Seabiscuit. I would recommend people to
now I'm
watch
thinking about Dreamworks, and I'm thinking about Spirit. Have you guys seen?
Oh, that's the answer to the next question for me. Yeah.
Well, then a lot of the Dreamworks animated movies that they did way back, like in the 90s, from the 90s to early 2000s, all of those are amazing. So all of them.
I don't remember if I watched Spirit.
Then you have like The Road to El Dorado, which was amazing. Yes, and all those. So like kids movies, yeah, because they bring me back. They like when I watch them now, it brings like a nostalgia factor into it. Like I'm that old. I'm only 19, but still, it's just like
You're more mature than probably. I know there's a difference between when you watch a movie now versus when you watched it a few years ago. because your mind grew. So your understanding has expanded. So now it has different meanings.
And
And that's
yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I rewatch movies. Before, you could never get me rewatch any movie at all. Until now, I'm like, okay, I have a different meaning every time I watch it. So.
Right. Well, what about like series, TV series, or shows? Netflix or Hulu.
I got a long list because I watch a lot of.
Yeah, I was like, that's a long list. We just had quarantine this year. What do you think I was doing? I'm working. Okay.
Fair. That's
All right, let's try to categorize this now. What kind of series watchers are you guys? Are you guys a drama or an action or a little bit of suspense? Hey, some people like suspense, some people like romance. But for me, I watch a little bit of everything. It depends on my mood.
Yep, exactly.
We all agree. Yeah, I agree with that. It depends on my mood. If I want something that will make me cry, I'm gonna go for super sad TV series or movie that's just like get it in with. Or if I want to laugh completely, I'm gonna go with like Big Bang Theory or something. But yeah, I go from like A to C super quick. Like anything. Though I will accentuate like horror TV shows and series because they're not really. I want to get scared when I watch something that's like horror themed, and that only ever happens to me in movies because they have like a shorter time to make it like as impactful as possible. TV series go on and on and on, so anything that's like a supernatural TV series doesn't really. It's not horror for me. It's more like science fiction type of things, like. I don't know, like Supernatural as a TV show.
I've tried to watch it and I've not gotten into it. How you want to watch something and you keep trying and it just won't click.
Yeah, for me when I was 13 and it was never scary. It was just like it was a series that I was watching at the time. It was one of the first ones that I committed to watching until the end. Never got to the end. They still haven't finished it. They have like 15 seasons. That's a lot.
I didn't get into Grey Anatomy until I know that's what you're watching, Karly. But I couldn't get into Grey Anatomy until I don't know. It took me an extra year after before I start watching it.
Oh, it took me forever to get into it because like everyone I knew was like, oh my gosh, I love it, and I was just like, well, I don't want to. I was like, I don't want to commit. I don't want to commit to it because then I know I'll love it, but I'm just going to say I'm not going to watch it and I don't like it just so I don't have to because I know deep down I'll like it if I start watching it.
Yes. Oh, that's been like my inner dialogue with a lot of series that like my friends recommend. I'm like, I know I will like this, but then I'll get like so deep into it and it's just going to be like a whole. That happened with The 100 for me. I got like super into it in like 2 weeks of quarantine. Yeah. Because it was quarantine time and it was just like it took me years to watch it. It took me like maybe 5 years or something for me to actually get up okay, I'm gonna watch it now. And then I did and I got super obsessed with it and then they did something ridiculous that I so completely disagree with.
Oh.
And then I was like, okay, we're canceled. And then I did not touch it again. I was like, okay, goodbye.
Mm-mm.
So that happens to me a lot with series too. So then I've watched so many, but then sometimes I just cut it halfway through because it's like either it's getting too long, it's getting like the plot is just like going around in circles. It's like get to the point, and then
or they change cast. So this is what happens with me.
Yes.
If you remove some of the cast that I really like, then my interest goes all the way.
I gotta agree with that too. Yeah, if they like get rid of characters and then they don't appear for quite a few episodes, I'm like, okay, goodbye. Tell me when you come back, and then I'll come back and revisit this plot because sometimes it just gets boring. It's like then you realize, okay, was this one character or these two characters or this couple that I liked, and now they're not a thing. So I just don't interest in those. I've been watching a lot of anime right now because that's what my brain can tolerate at this point in life. So Attack on Titan, Black Butler. I also rewatched Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything about The Legend of Korra, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, up there, top 1. Amazing animation, everything, plot, chef kiss, beautiful. It's just divine. That is a divine show. Like let me tell you.
Love
And
it.
when I watched it the first time, I was actually like watching it on the TV and waiting for the episodes to air like live right then and there. So watching it on Netflix just all in one was just so relieving. It was like so.
You said Avatar Airbender?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay,
So
I
good.
might.
Nickelodeon.
I've wanted to go into anime.
That is
So-
more like just cartoons in general. It's a
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
it's like Americanized anime.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a Nickelodeon production, but
Funny.
animation so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend it. And then the other two I did say they're actual animes, like from Japan.
I
So
know there's one that's very popular. I can't remember the name.
well, there's a lot. Trust me. So I'm not gonna list all of them, but those definitely. And then I've been rewatching a lot of Criminal Minds now that it ended.
I just started watching it.
Love
It's
those.
so good. Yeah, and I used to watch it like when I was younger, and then I stopped for a while because it's so super long. It's so long. It's like 15, 16 seasons. So, but then now I started rewatching the beginning again because it's been years since I watched it, and I forgot quite a few details and things that just make it so good and nice. So, Criminal Minds, and then yeah, I'll say that for now. I'm sure there's a lot more.
Trying to remember all of this. Along the criminal lines, I would say I love CSI. I'm a CSI kind of person. Wait, which one is with Gibbs? NCIS. Love NCIS. People. NCIS is amazing. Okay, let's go. So, just like how she has her anime, I will tell you guys that I love K-dramas. I am a big K-drama fan. I would recommend, like, my top 5 K-drama to recommend to you guys would be Boys Over Flowers. I think Netflix have a different version of it now. It's still on Netflix, but Netflix have a version, Materia Gardens, I think, which both of them are the same plot, same movie, but just different actors and actresses. The next one is Hairs, or Inheritance, Shining Inheritance. What was the other one that we watched the other day? It's kind of corny and cute. Okay. And Descendant of the Sun.
That's it. That's the one you're talking about.
Beautiful. Full House. Amazing. And I'm not talking about the one with the twins and not the American Full House. This is a whole different concept. Okay. All right. So one of my favorite series would be The Originals, and that's because I am deeply in love with Klaus. I was introduced to him through Vampire Diaries. I would recommend watching the first 4 seasons before Elena fell for Damien. You can watch it before that. After that, she just got annoying and you just can't stomach it anymore. It is true. I wish you guys could see their reactions. They're like, I love Revenge. It's one of those series that is, the plot just keeps getting thicker. Have you guys ever watched Revenge before?
Is that the, okay,
Revenge is the one with the girl that went back into the is it the Hamptons or?
Some rich.
Oh my gosh, yes. That was a family series evening time thing. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Revenge was,
I forgot about that. So good.
magnificent. The twist, the turn, the plot. Oh, love it. Love Gossip Girl. Love You.
Love it.
Netflix series. 90210. I've watched all these series. The old one and the new one. Because I know they have 2 90210. One Tree Hill. The actor was handsome.
Which one?
The main actor, I can't remember his name. The one with the curly hair. The blonde. I think he has like a blonde curly hair.
I love the description.
I'm gonna send you his picture. You know who I'm talking. He is fine.
Chad Michael Murray. Chad Michael Murray.
He was in the one with Hilary Duff. He was in a movie with Hilary Duff.
Cinderella Story.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Oh, he is just okay. So as you guys can see, I'm obsessed with handsome men who act. And it's,
Ooh,
huh?
I forgot a show, but it's fine.
Oh, I'm sure I forgot a lot of shows.
I
Yeah.
I watch so many series. Ooh, Dexter. Love Dexter.
Mhm. Finished watching Dexter like, I don't know, like last year. So good. Yeah.
Yeah, I binge watched it for just say 2 weeks of non-communication.
Yes.
I was like locked in my room for 2 whole weeks. There's so much I'm missing, and then I'm gonna go through my Netflix and be like, I should have told them about this. I
Yeah.
should have told them about that. But oh, Suits was nice, white collar, and yes, he's handsome. Um, but I guess so.
I
Pop up in my head.
loved Euphoria.
I've not watched that yet.
Oh, I forgot about things. Oh my gosh, so wonderful. Amazing.
Euphoria, the cinematography, all the acting, Zendaya. You'll never hear this, but I love you.
Yes.
I am in love with you. You are amazing. Okay, great talk. And then
yes, please.
one of the older, like early 2000s TV shows was Friday Night Lights.
I've never watched
Riggins, Matt Saracen. Beautiful. Okay, wait. Did you guys ever watch that Peter Pan movie with the live action Peter Pan movie with this? He's like a kid and he's blonde. Oh my gosh, guys.
I may not have, but I honestly didn't pay much attention to it because I loved the like Disney animated one. So I may have, but
A song is going into my head now. I'm a Peter Pan. Ta-na-na. You guys know that song?
no.
Lost Boys. Oh, that's a good movie too.
Okay.
Lost Boys. I watched that during a class here because we had to do, was it a movie review of it? I think it was Comp 1, where we had to watch the movie and then write a paper about it.
Okay, nice.
I mean, it was a great movie.
That's nice.
Writing the paper, though.
That's a different story, but we get into that.
And I think what other class? There was another class, I think it was Humanities. He recommended a lot of great, one of the movies he recommended was The Last Samaritan. And that was a great movie too. I don't know if you guys have ever watched it.
Vaguely familiar name, may have watched like half of it and then fell asleep, probably.
Let me try to remember. I think it was about American soldier who went into, was it Korea or China or somewhere, some Asian country, and he became the last Samaritan because he was fighting a war. It was great. I don't like those kind of movies, and if I can tell you it was great, best believe it was great.
I'll keep it in mind. I think I may have watched, like the name is familiar, but I can't place it completely. That's where I'm at with that. So I'll keep it in mind.
Okay. Should we just keep this episode's movie and series? Because
it's 11:50. We should probably just wrap it up. I just opened my Netflix, by the way. Whew.
Girl,
You don't want me to go through this list. Oh my god.
Because I love the game. Lucifer. Let me tell you something. Lucifer is just magnificent. It's not something you're gonna learn big from, but let me just say that I enjoy, the contradiction, his little cuteness, it's just a great series to indulge in.
His little British accent.
I got something for the British, I tell you. There was another one. What's the other one? There was this one that was very popular. It was about a girl who committed suicide. And
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, 13
Reasons Why. That's a good watch.
Okay.
Especially the book. And then, yes, please read the books. If there is a book for a movie or a series, read the book.
Read the book first. Please, 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 please. Read the book first. Because sometimes movies and series and TV shows, they catch like the essence of it, but then they leave out so many details that make the story even better. So if you read the books first,
you can get a full understanding. I've been going through that where I read a lot of novels, and then there's this whole new site that's actually shooting the movies for the novels, and I'm like, at this point I want to stick to reading and not watching the movies. I'm sorry. The concept of it is beautiful, but you're kind of taking out a lot of my imagination here.
Well, they take out a lot of details that make the story a lot more comprehensive and a lot more complete and just like more wholesome, and depending on what story it is, but it's just better, So yeah, with 13 Reasons Why, I watched the series first, and then I read the book, and then when I read the book, I was like, oh,
The book was so much better.
I regret my life choices. I should have done this first, but what can you do?
That is so cool.
That was my rule as a teen. It was like to convince my mom to buy me a lot more books than I should probably have. I was like, okay, well, let me just, went with it. Good example of that is The Fault in Our Stars, which was like when the movie came out, like 2014 or something. I
watched the movie, but I've not read the book.
I read the book like 3 times before I even like watched the movie, or like before the movie premiered even, because I got so obsessed with it. It was beautiful. And then when I watched the movie, it was just all that much more like wholesome and comprehensive. And like,
so guess what I'm gonna do? The vampire movie with Twilight. So I watched Twilight years ago, and then it just came across. It's free on Amazon now, and I told myself I'm going to read the books first and then rewatch the movies and see the connections. What you said? Good luck.
Those books they're like this.
I know. I have them on my phone. I search for it. I wanted to get the hard copy, but then I was like, if I get the hard copy, I'm not gonna read it because it's gonna take time. I read at night, and I do not like lights. So I'm on this mission for Christmas. That winter break, I'll be reading all the Twilight books, and then watching the movies.
You go.
I don't. Twilight is one of those that I never got into quite. I don't know.
I was an Edward fan. I was a team Edward. And they said if you read the book, you will be team Edward, but if you watch the movie or whatever, you kind of will switch sides a little.
I have no preference. I'm not innocent anything about Twilight other than when I watched it, it was horrible. I also watched it when I was like 13, and I did not quite enjoy that in my life. So I had a different interest. Don't judge me. It's just I was interested in other things.
I think that was my first introduction. No, wait. Yes, it was my first. Was it my first introduction to vampire? I think so. Because I was gonna say Charm, but Charm he wasn't a vampire. He was just the devil. Sorry. Have you guys ever watched Charmed? This first one, not the second one, because there's a new one. Have you guys never watched Charmed?
I think I may have a few episodes, but not really too.
Oh, Charmed is with the 3 witches.
Yeah.
Series. You should watch the old. The old one is good, and then they have a new one. Like they remade it, so they have like a new one. But I remember growing up watching Charmed. It's about witches.
I remember growing up watching H2O.
I love H2O. I forgot that we're all from a complete different time era. Okay, so I love watching H2O too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Oh.
And Zoe 101.
iCarly, Hannah Montana, Victorious. Let me just keep listening. Drake and Josh. I can
Drake,
go on.
Oh no, there's one more. Oh, I used to be late for school to watch it. And it had, was his name Screechy? Please tell me you guys know it.
Boys Meets World? Boy Meets World?
No, I don't think it's Boys Meet World. His name, there's one handsome one.
Oh, Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Oh my God. Loved Saved by the Bell. I used to be late for school every single morning because it comes on, school starts 7:50 and it comes on at 7:30. You just have to watch the episode.
Camille. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We'd love to hear your suggestions on what topics you'd like us to talk about next. Check us out on our other social media platforms. We are JCCC Student Life on Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to find out more events that we have going on this awesome year, check out our Get Involved at JCCC page. And of course, Cavalier Corner podcast, which is available on every podcast platform. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.